When I was 13 years old, I never expected that a single mouse click would forever change my life. So it was a sunny afternoon. I was playing video games and I got bored and then I jumped to watch some anime for like 1 or 2 hours. And when I finally stopped watching anime, when I was about to click off and turn my PC down, an ad pops up. It was like an ad for anime, I think. So I do what every other kids would do. I click on that ad. And turns out it was the biggest mistake in my life. The ad leads me onto a website that I would say that was really horrifying to me at that point. It was filled with image of nudes and things, and it's like the decoration of the website, right? But that is not the worst part. The worst part is that in the middle of my screen, a video starts to play, and basically it's a whole movie. It's a whole movie where there was a nurse that she was taking care of her patients, right? And then when the evening comes, the patient and the nurse start to feel each other and they start to do the things, and I was watched all the way through. And I at that point, bro, it was the first time that I saw like a fake person having intercourses, and I was feeling so disgusted. So I was like almost about to throw up, but for some reason, bro, I stayed on and I continued to watch the anime, and also known as hentai. This might sound really weird, but to be honest, man, this was the biggest turning point in my life. It's the thing that got me addicted to porn, because like when I was in secondary school, all of my friends were saying that the hub is for like the manly dude, the one that have spirit and power, while the hentai website is only for babies. And we were like, I don't know, like I really don't understand why porn and hentai were you know easily being discussed and taught by the boys. But I mean, we were like 13 or 14 years old, so it doesn't really, I cannot really judge them, right? And I feel like hentai is way more dangerous than porn, because as a kid, when if someone, like, if you are exposed to porn like the real person, I would say that you'll feel disgust right away and you click off. But like, I don't know if it's true for you guys or not, but that's how I feel about it at that point of time. But if you are viewing like hentai for the first time in your life, because it have like the same characteristic as an anime, because a lot of kids now they would watch anime, right? And so the hentai thing, they are deceiving the kids that into thinking that hentai is just an anime. So it creates this really friendly feelings to the kids. So it makes them feel comfortable to watch through and watch the whole things, right? And that's how I got addicted to porn. And you know like the thing that makes me feel so sad about myself is that whenever I go outside in that period of time, I was like 14, I've been watching hentai for like a year now. And every time I took a bite outside my city, I will go around and I look at some girls, and normally I would have some feelings to them, right? Because who doesn't? Like, I'm a guy and they are a girl, so it's natural. It's so natural for me and to have some attraction to them. But this time, I didn't feel anything. To be honest, I didn't feel single feelings, because watching porn and hentai have really desensitized me, and I can only feel pleasure when I see those imaginary girls and the girls that sells their soul into making porn and selling their bodies and ruining all of their morals and standards. And it's quite sad, man, because everyone lose in this situation. And yes, maybe the girls they get money, they get fame, but in terms of sacrifice, and they just trade their moral and their status and their dignity just for money. That's all. Like people can do what the fuck they want if money is involved. And it's maybe a bit off topic now, but I really wish that I've never clicked on that ads, because right now, man, I still cannot pull away completely from porn and hentai. I mean, it have been way, way better than that period of time in my life, but I feel like it have left a really big impact because I view it at such a young age, and my brain have not fully developed yet. So it it's like it accidentally pick up some of the those memory, and it's stuck with me for until now, right? Because it kind of internalizing that porn is a must watch. I need it, or else I couldn't bear it. Like like those drugs where got people addicted to them, and they always want more, and they need bigger and bigger dose in order to feel the same pleasure. And that's what's happening to me right now, right? People don't really see porn as like a drug. They just see it as like just jerking your things and then go to sleep, and they don't really care about it that much. But to me, it feels like a drug, and it's just as dangerous as nicotine and heroin and all of those drugs. To be honest, and it's kind of ruined my self-esteem. I made really little friends because I was so shy and so nervous because I watch porn, I watch hentai, and it makes me think that I'm a really disgusting human being, that I should not exist on this world, right? And until this day, man, the consequences that have left on me have still not vanished. Of course, I'm not punishing myself for, jerking off anymore, but, it's still those memory, man, it's just hits so different. Like, I wonder if that day I didn't click on that ad, where would I be right now? I wouldn't be lonely so much. I wouldn't just thinking to myself dangerous thoughts and just lock myself in all the time to just ruminating about the bad memories that happened to my life. I would be way more confident. I would be I really don't know, man, because wait, why does my eye look so weird? Wait. Oh, yeah, you see, that's the effect of watching porn. So please stop watching porn. Like, you probably heard this 1,000 times, and there's probably videos out there who, will guide you on how to do that. And I've watched countless of them, countless videos. And the things that really have worked the best for me is to just make yourself so busy that you don't even have time to think about it and to watch porn, right? Just makes yourself so busy, right? Write a schedule and follow that schedule. Without porn, it will be way better off. Just when you really have the urge to jerk off, just use your imagination, and yeah, just that simple, to be honest. And yeah, I think I yap way too much now, and my eyes are looking so whack right now. I don't know why. It's probably because I watch too much porn, or it's either my camera is stripping me over. So yeah, I'll meet you guys again very soon. And thank you so much for watching. You have really good attention span.